line for the consumer, I don't like this slide. It's buyer beware. The asymmetry of information. Yes, you have some consumer protections out there. Your Office of Commissioner of Insurance. Anybody ever tried to file a complaint with that? It can be done, but that's the only consumer protection you have. So it is buyer beware.
So we don't have Mr. Incredible out there watching out for us?
No. What I'm trying to do is generate conversation, not discussion. The Latin root for discussion is the same as concussion and percussion. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I've gotten multiple concussions from banging my head against these systems. And percussion, I'm not really fond of real booming bass, but be that. That's why.
Sorry, Jacob.
What would you? The other thing about discussion is, in this country, our culture is based on win and lose. Sports teams, win and lose. Debate, win and lose.
Chicken.
Make a point. Chickens, win or lose. Everything is win or lose. And it's extremely individualistic, and we are not like some of the the other cultures that consider the needs of the other people around them when trying to. Well, I lost that thought. I get stuck on public policy and that one. And also, conversation yields a win-win. And I think Spirit of Hope does that fairly well. It's because we come from a variety of different places and we can still talk to each other. I mean, that's a positive. Even though we hold many kinds different views, we can do that. Now, to do this, and I talked about this in a message here several months ago, we each have to look in the mirror and say, what do I believe and why do I believe it? Because until we can clearly say what I believe and why I believe it, we aren't really open, including myself, we aren't really open to looking at other possibilities. Why do I believe something? And then how do I select information? Is information preference? I mean, we like to read about issues that support what we believe. It's hard, believe me, it's hard to sit there and read something that challenges something that you've held dear for 40 years. That's happened in life. Willingness to challenge assumptions. I'm going to have to close here because we are running out of time. This is another passage that we have walked through in other messages from the Sermon on the Mount. And I'm not immune to judgment. I am human also. And I can only relate what I've seen, heard, and experienced, and read. You know, we each carry a lens. And our lens is strongly shaped by our experience. And I've got just a little brief story about a doctor. My mother was an RN that worked for an office. And one of the doctors in there was really, he's no longer alive, was very chintzy about handing out pain medication. One day, he bent over, he was a tall guy, he bent over to pick something up, and he couldn't straighten up. He was hospitalized, inpatient, for 6 weeks. When he recovered, because of his experience with pain, he was no longer chintzy with pain medication. He may have went the other way. So our experience strongly shapes us. But we do have the words of Jesus. And we can all read those, and I can say that I have failed in that regard many times. And it's just, thank God for Jesus Christ. Because it's through Him. It's through Him that we all have hope in this world. That we're able to maybe help build His kingdom